Okay, it's exactly 3 p.m. on June 21st, 2023. My new album, Light Is Gone 2, is gonna start coming out 1 week from today, which means I have to start recording the album I've been thinking about for many, many years, called Dope Girl Chronicles. I've been avoiding starting recording it just because it means so much to me, and I wanted to finish up Light Is Gone 2 first. But I gotta get this album out by the end of 2023. I gotta get started. As of today, I'm pretty sure some kid is drumming across the street from my house right now, so there could be some drums picked up while I'm tracking this acoustic, but when it comes to recording and producing music, the most important thing to do is just start. So I'm just gonna start. I'm gonna lay down the guitar for a song called Clear Thoughts of Morning, and then maybe produce it out a little bit, add some bass, and just kind of let the creativity flow, and then in the next several weeks try and record the basics for everything, and then finish it. Hopefully before August, September at the latest. I have to finish it before I leave on tour on September 14th or something like that. So I've got like 3 months. I want to get everything recorded in the next like 3 weeks. Day one in the stew. Let's go. I'm in the studio with Medic Rose. Officially the end of day one in the stew. It's 10:03 p.m. I've played the same guitar part like 20 times on 3 different guitars, but I feel like I'm getting closer. This song that I'm working on right now, Clear Thoughts of Morning, was originally just a very moody acoustic song, but I've sort of transformed it into a bit of a fucking absolute slapper. So yeah, I'm gonna come back to that tomorrow, figure out the guitars, arrange the drums a little bit, but just from the very beginning, boy, oh boy, that just sounds like a fucking sinister ass, like, hip-hop track. Bass is secretly the sickest instrument of all time, be it a real bass, an 808. This song's interesting because I tried to write an 808 bass line, but I couldn't figure it out, so then I played it on a real bass, and then I transposed the bass to an 808. That's the secret of the stew. Day one is down. Just made some serious progress today. Good night. All right, it's day 2 in the studio. I just spent the last hour or so making that Clear Thoughts of Morning instrumental slap hella fucking hard. Before I get to vocals on that, I'm gonna keep tracking instrumentals for other songs. So I'm gonna do a song now called 100 Ghosts that I've actually been playing to myself for 8 or 9 years. It's been secretly in the vault this whole time. This one should be a little bit more simple, mostly just acoustic. I could see myself adding some ambient sort of synth shit in there as well. I want to make it kind of epic and crazy because it's sort of a short, sweet little number, so let's go. No one knows, 'cause I don't show it. And no one helps, 'cause I don't want it. I speak with 100 ghosts. Okay, I said this before in the making of Light Is Gone 2 documentary, but I feel like the secret of getting stuff done is doing between 3 and 6 takes in a row. In Logic, I just put the loop bar on, and I'll play the guitar part a bunch of times, and then I'll do the vocals like a million times. Then take a break, and then come back and listen through, do some comping. But generally, I feel like you can get a good take. For this song, I've been doing 6 takes just because it's really short, but you're not gonna get a better take beyond somewhere between 4 and 6. So just get your takes down, take a break and forget what they sounded like, and then come back, keep going. That's my secret. Don't tell. Okay, I'm back in. I've been recording this song all day. I'm drinking the world's smallest amount of soda. It's 9. I just gotta make some edits. Pretty much gonna have to come back and re-record a lot of this song tomorrow, but it's just kind of building the session here around the guitar and the vocals and stuff, so. Alright, this is the end of day 2. Got a nice structure going here with 100 ghosts. Tomorrow I'm gonna have to do some serious vocal harmonology to get this right. Probably have to re-record the acoustic guitar, but I feel pretty good about this. Similar to the other one, it's kind of like the original version that I've been playing. It's just me and a guitar, and this sort of new version has like a whole nother shape, has a lot more dynamics, whole new dimension of sound and movement. So it's 10:30, I'm logging off. I'll be back tomorrow. Dope Girl Chronicles 2023. Alright, this is day 3 in the stew. I'm not gonna lie, I woke up today overtaken by one of my dark spells. I feel a little listless, emo, existential crisis, confusion. Not quite depression, but it could get there. With all that being said, I'm not really in the mood to do a lot right now, but I know that if I do something, I'll feel better. I'm gonna set a low threshold for myself, essentially just harmonologizing the vocals on this song for the next 45 minutes or so. I did some armchair production earlier. I like to produce out drums and synths sometimes, just sitting in a chair, not in the stew. I'm gonna do some harmonies here, hopefully get this song to, I think these are all still kind of scratch vocals, but I'm just sort of building it as it goes. So harmonologist, hopefully this will make me less emo. I say life's a trap. Ain't no God gonna change my mind. Fire, I burst into fire. No one knows, 'cause I don't show it. Okay, I've decided it's the end of day 3. I didn't do that much, honestly, but I did figure out some of these harmonies, laid a little bit of electric guitar, changed some synth tones, and overall, I think my brain is a little fried today, but I'm not as emo as I was in the beginning of this mini session. So I'm gonna take the night off and hang out with my son. My son. Tomorrow, I'm gonna grind all day long. Well, I mean, I'm gonna grind for longer than I did today. Okay, it's officially day 4 in the stew. I just got this new guitar rack because I have another one over there. I was running out of space. Oh, I also just got this bookshelf. I can't believe all these things are in frame. I'm gonna take a break from the 2 songs I was recording before and work on a song called Silver Girl, which is another song of mine that was on an EP called Silver that was never released, that I recorded in 2015. Better Way, which is featured on Floral Prints, is the only song from that EP that's ever come out. 100 Ghosts was also on that. So yeah, Silver Girl is a song that I've always really liked. Like most of the songs I'm recording for Dope Girl Chronicles, I just never really felt ready to record them for some weird reason, but I'm ready now. This should be pretty fun and simple, I think. I could be wrong. It's a pretty normal track, just kind of chugging away, strumming. It's exactly 3:41 on June 24th, day 4. Well, I knew something had gone horribly wrong in my mind, so I stopped trying to record Silver Girl. And I just came back to Silver Girl and realized that I had been playing one of the parts too short because the 3rd verse is like extra long all around. So I gotta re-record all the guitar as if I never begun. I'm not like a huge stickler on mic placement, but I think that in this particular incident, because the song is like very bassy, it seems like wherever I had the mic about here, I feel like I need to get a little farther off so that the whole guitar track doesn't like swallow the sonics of the whole track, because there's so much bass. I'm gonna redo it. I'm not even upset about it. I feel like that's all that can be done for now. There's something about recording a song that's actually really simple that can make it slightly more difficult, because it's easy to lose yourself in a train of thought as you just keep strumming the same part over and over and over again, and it's kind of hard. This whole thing right here, it's kind of hard, but it's really nice. It feels really good. I'm gonna come back a little later and just inspect. I think I'm gonna try and chop up the guitar, hopefully get a take that I think is fine to begin building on. But for the time being, I just don't really feel like playing the guitar anymore, doing any of this hoopla, so. But you're not some snob, you're down to play stupid too. I feel hella stupid when I talk with you, 'cause I like you secretly. Alright, this is a wrap on day 4 in the stew. It's exactly 10:28. It seems like I always enter the stew around exactly 3 p.m. and I exit the stew at exactly 10:30 p.m. Roughly 3 p.m., exit at 10:30 p.m. But I will say, I take hour-long breaks, hours and hours. So I did some vocals on Silver Girl, I just couldn't help it. That song rhythmically is hella weird, and it might be super boring. I'm gonna have to go in with fresh ears tomorrow and see what's up. And I'm gonna fiddle with that one a little bit tomorrow, maybe play some bass, and then I'm just gonna not get too caught up in it. If it's not working out, I'm just gonna let it marinate. I'm gonna move on to the next track. I guess we'll see what tomorrow holds. Hopefully I can get in here. I feel like I might be doing some stuff. Got 3 songs going. This is day 5 in the stew. It's later than I wanted it to be. It's 6, but I was out and about, and then it was really hot outside, so I fell asleep. Power nap about an hour ago. I'm gonna play some bass. You may be asking yourself, has this man been wearing this same t-shirt for the last several days? And the answer is yes. And I plan to keep wearing it because it's comfy and I like it. Okay, so I just laid down a bunch of bass. I think that this bass like sounds kind of funny. So I might just take that bass line that I wrote and replace it with some MIDI, so it can be like have a lot of power without having that bass tone, more just like the vibe. C. Incremental language has got me sprung to G. To G. Shout out this bass, it's very beautiful, but I just don't think it has a bomb tone, or it's just like a little too bright or something, or maybe I'm just a fucking idiot, I don't know. Could be one or the other. Okay, this is day 6 in the studio. Last night my camera ran out of space, but in that time frame I had what some might refer to as a rhythmic breakthrough. Turns out that the guitar parts weren't actually fully in time with the click, so I had to make this beat and then redo the guitar. And then everything started to fall into place. And it turned out that everything I said about the real bass not sounding good was wrong, and the MIDI bass actually sounded bad. And I was playing bass until like 1 in the morning last night. I can feel my fucking kundalini trembling with excitement over the way this bass line turned out. I actually already have 30 takes of this bass line. But I'm gonna do it again because I feel like I need to lock into the drums a little bit more, and it just feels so damn good to play. Let's fucking go. Fuck. I was too excited. My kundalini is trembling. Play that like 4 more times in a row, and then I have to stop. I feel like this bass line to me is like an addiction, mainly because this song for so long has lived in me as just a very mellow acoustic song that does not bang, but I always thought that it was really sweet and kind of funny. To hear it now with the drums and the bass, and it kind of is turning into this like Jesus and the Mary Chain song, like 80s moody. I had originally sort of conceptualized it with the arrangement to be more of like a Red House Painters sort of song, but I don't know how to make the drums sound real. So I think for the time being at least, and maybe in the future, I'm just gonna not have real drums and just keep it in this sort of moody 80s tone, especially because this bass line just is so emo. So yeah, I'm gonna not film myself playing it. I'm gonna play this like a million more times. I think exactly 4 more is gonna be my limit because I need to be responsible with this new addiction that I have. And then we're off to the races. Day 6. This is the 3rd track. I've been cooking and Rhythmic Breakthrough really changed everything for me. I'm a funky guy. I meant to come in the studio yesterday, but I just released the first single from my new album Light Is Gone 2 yesterday, and I have to admit that I did fall prey to a very, very long and painful day of refreshing social media. My goal right now is to potentially, I think I'm gonna play this cello MIDI on a real bass because it's just not sounding bomb, to be honest with you. When I listen to it like in context, like in the headphones, it was easy for me to sort of think it sounded chill, but it actually didn't. And I think what I'm gonna do is play the part on bass, and then I'm going to sort of get that melody from like the sort of stringy melody with just some like higher synths or like violin pad thing. So it still has that kind of orchestral feel without having the bass rely on that. Boom, bum, bum, G, and this is F sharp. I'm gonna have to work on this a little bit. You know, I'm back in my classic conundrum where the acoustic guitar part isn't fully to the click. So I'm gonna have to redo the acoustic to this super loud kick because clearly I can't hear metronomes. Before that, in another life I was a bassist. Actually, in this life, I'm a fucking bassist, and I'm gonna prove it on this album. What I'm doing now is I'm gonna record a different song called Cemetery, which has also been in my archives for many, many years. I'm secretly suffering from fatigue. I feel like I'm just not in the mood, but I gotta keep trying. I had to take a long break in the middle of the day because I got sleepy and then I got depressed. I was having one of those existential, like, what is the meaning sort of feeling, you know, laying there, staring out the window, pondering a little too hard. But I decided to eat some curry and say, look, bro, only thing you gotta do is record this album in this window of time that you have. So I ate some curry, and then I got my ass back in the saddle. And right now we have the bones of a full song, Cemetery, which did not exist this morning. It kind of slams. It's a fucking crazy, grungy sort of thing. I even had to lay down some super secret quiet vocals because it's 12:22 a.m. But I think that there's a lot to work with tomorrow. I gotta definitely make these drums more sick. Gotta lay down some non-sleepy vocals, and I have to figure out how to make this like super heavy. So that's day 6. Cemetery is down. That brings us to 4 tracks that have skeletons. I guess tomorrow I'm gonna try and work on these drums and the fake mix, the Kebs mix, if I'm in the mood, and if not, I might just fucking lay down the bones for another one. Pretty much we've got 2 more months to pretty much finish this album, which is a lot of time. So I'm feeling pretty good. You know, I got emo earlier. Tends to happen to me. Sometimes you never know when the dread will strike. You start to ponder what the purpose of life on Earth is as a human. But as long as you just get up and keep going, you can find that meaning. For me, I find it in the stew. Okay, I guess it's day 7 in the stew. It's a little bit later than I anticipated. I have this new thing that's been happening to me where every morning I wake up and I feel pretty chill. I'm reading a book, I'm drinking coffee, and then I do a little bit of what I would refer to as homework, emailing and all this shit, and then I just become very listless and apathetic, and there's this midday slum between 1 and 4 or 5 where I just feel super apathetic and potentially depressed. And when I'm in that state of mind, it's hard for me to come in here because it's like I'm so still in my mind, but there's also so much chaos simultaneously, and it's really difficult for me to do anything actually when I feel that way. And I don't know exactly what it is I'm looking for, but it was one of those days. It's kind of been one of those weeks. But here we have Cemetery. Now I can show you a sneak peek. This shit, it's hard. I'm gonna do a little bit of work with the drums, make them some more kind of fills and like snare things. But I think this is like one of those songs where the drum rhythm essentially can stay like exactly the same, in the same shape at least. I feel like it's just a very driving kind of song. And so I'm gonna do that, and then as I said yesterday, I am gonna try and record the basics for one more song. That would be super cool to have 5 going. Okay, I feel pretty good about the shape of this one currently. I think what I want to do here is, this song, Cemetery, has like a lot of distortion, which is not something I'm like hella pro at, so it sounds a little crazy right now, but I'm gonna listen to Silver Girl once, strictly for pleasure, and then I'm gonna think of another song to fucking record. This is Dope Girl, the title track. This is the end of day 7. I did get the Dope Girl guitar laid out. I really wanted to turn Dope Girl into like a heavy ass trap number, like a real fucking sinister banger, similar to what Clear Thoughts of Morning turned into. When I tried to start programming a beat, it just sounded like fucking shit. You know that beat that's like a bunch of like out of key horns and like it sounds like a circus in hell? That's sort of what it started to sound like. So sometimes when I can't figure out the rhythm of a song, I'll just start laying drum loops on it. I like how that feels, but it's almost like too crazy. But I might even just like use this kick and snare pattern to start with. The departing saturation of the great faith that I've lost. The plus side to these weird loops is that they are sort of disorienting, and I think that this song musically is a bit disorienting, but I don't want to distract from the actual core of the song with these wacky fucking loops. But I feel like I've kind of reached my abilities of the night. I'm actually a morning person. And as I was just discussing, I get super emo in the afternoon sometimes, and that really cuts into my work hours. But I think tomorrow I'm gonna lay some vocals on Clear Thoughts of Morning and hopefully get this instrumental of Dope Girl to a better place. This is June 30th. It's a bit of a stretch to say 5 basics because this is literally just guitar, but 5 sessions have been created. And keep in mind, I've been avoiding recording this record for 6 years. So this is a pretty big leap. So hopefully tomorrow, get some vocals on Clear Thoughts and some vocals on Cemetery, some better vocals, and hopefully get the Dope Girl instrumental, Feeling Chill. I could see myself recording vocals on that as well. And then there's just 5 to go, maybe 4. Sounds like a fucking album to me. 10 songs. Any questions? Anyone got any problems? So hopefully I don't get super emo tomorrow to the point of being unable to work or do anything productive all fucking day. I don't like when that happens to me. I don't know why that happens to me. You know, I try to get good sleep. I'm sober now. I take fucking Lexapro. I don't smoke. I drink hella water. I don't know. If you asked me, I would say I don't fucking know. But we live to fight on another day. Not the most productive day of all time, but if you just pile on a shit ton of semi-productive days, you get everything done in the end. So I'm just gonna keep grinding every day that I can, make this prophecy come true so the world doesn't end. This was supposed to give me life. Now I'm buried in your cemetery. It's still day 8. I just kind of fucked up my voice a little bit singing the verses of Cemetery. So I guess I'm gonna stop singing for the time being. I'm gonna comp these chorus vocals, which I could sing because they're a lot lower than the verse. But Cemetery is sounding kind of insane. Okay, it's day 11 or 12, I can't remember. We're back in the lab. I'm having a difficult time figuring out drums on Dope Girl, and I feel like I really need to just do some vocals or something in the interest of keeping this thing moving. I also have to say that my throat is kind of fucked up from something. I don't know if it's from doing the Cemetery box or if it's from taking too much Zyn. What I'm doing right now is risking my vocal health for the good of this record, so here we go. Okay, I just tracked the worst vocals of all time. So I think something that stuck out to me doing this take was that the drums should be like super energetic. Like this loop I've got here is actually kind of nice. I'm being tortured. Wish I could just not do this. But if I wasn't doing this, what the fuck else would I be doing? That's kind of hyphy. I think it's like a good place to start. Actually, maybe I should loop it here. Oh my god. Alright, I don't know what day it is anymore in the stew, but I'm back. I got hella sick yesterday. I think it was because I've been going too hard in the stew. My body said, you need to kick back and you need to watch a documentary about Copeland, and then you need to watch a documentary about the making of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, and then you need to watch a documentary about the amazing British pop group Wham. But I've had a breakthrough with drums. I just downloaded this VST, which is comically named Easy Drummer 3. You find these grooves and then lay out the MIDI. I feel like these songs are about to have new life. It's essentially like using samples, but they're samples you can modify, which I know probably something that people knew about 15 years ago, but you know, I'm still new to the prod world. So for me, I'm just mind blown by this program. All right, we're back in the stew for a night sesh. I feel hella stupid when I talk with you. This is a fucking soft rock banger. Secret. Them's my drums. Easy Drummer 3. Bup. Maybe just bup here. There we go. 'Cause you're open. I'm about to make out with myself to this track. In my opinion, the #1 most sketch thing about digital drums, if they're supposed to sound kind of real, is the cymbals. So you gotta keep them real simple, just on the fucking ride, bow tips, no silliness, maybe one crash here and there. Okay, it's July 10th, having serious breakthroughs with this drum VST. Right now I've got 3 songs that are pretty much arranged in a way that I like, and I really need to fucking nail the drums for Dope Girl as soon as I possibly can, because that's the centerpiece. As it stands, my throat is still fucked up. You can't see it, but there's something in there. I don't know if I have nodes. Let's pray that I don't. So I can't really sing. I'll just end off the night with this fun little crazy banger I made for fun when I was in bed and I thought I was about to have a heart attack. It's July 12th. I'm still scared that I have nodes, but it's okay, I guess. I got super depressed today. I was trying to do some stuff and then I just, staring out, thinking about what's the point? How long does it go on? How much longer does it go? Does it go forever? That sort of thing. I'm recording this instrumental of You for somebody for their wedding, which is very sweet and it's very cute and I'm happy to do it. But I was just listening back to it and I was just like, man, this music is so lovely, so sweet. And this other shit that I'm working on and all the music I've made in the last couple of years is so fucking gnarly and dark. And I wish I could figure out how to get back to that place where like the songs aren't this challenging listen and honestly experience to create. And I don't know how. I mean, the thing is that I just always make what I feel and it almost makes me want to cry listening to You instrumental. Okay, it's July 13th, feeling a lot better today. I don't have an explanation for when the unshakable despair takes hold, but yesterday it was quite brutal, I have to say. But I'm always proud when, despite the way I'm feeling, I still manage to do shit. The You instrumental is done. The person is super happy about it, so I feel gratitude for being able to do that for them. And it was just honestly kind of fun, despite my attitude about the world and life yesterday. So last night, because I was kind of hitting a wall with creative work, I was just reviewing the tracks and I was actually kind of excited to learn that I have 6 songs started. Some are farther along than others, but that's pretty cool. I think that today, instead of fiddling with drums, because it's just kind of not working out for me at the moment, I'm going to record the basics to another song, which is called Love Don't Come. It is another super old song that I have been playing to myself for many years, and for the same reasons as the other songs, I just never recorded it. I feel like I needed to wait until the right moment, and I think the moment is now. So let's track some guitar and see what happens. So I'm gonna do that 3 more times. I got the guitar down. My monitors are mysteriously broken. I fell victim to trying to get some drums going for this track, and when I try to put the drums in, it makes me realize that the guitar is very loose, even though I did it to a click. Okay, it's July 15th. I don't think I have nodes. I do want to look at this drum part. Okay. What the fuck? No, love ain't the same. Maybe I just played it out of time. I have sunscreen in my eye, by the way. I'm not crying. Why does this sound like shit? I need to go back to the start. When I played the guitar, I sped up at that section. So I'm kind of fucked either way. I have a problem. I can't count. It could never be. This could work. I'm gonna have to build the drums and then re-record the guitar. And then I'm gonna have to modify the drums. This is the fucking legendary golden hour in the stew. This is my fucking friend and my son, John. I just walked in and he was really peaceful. I'm doing something very demented. I'm drinking a tiny Diet Coke. So I did like a million takes of the vocals. It feels really nice to be able to sing again. It's July 23rd. I wasn't in the lab for many, many days. Now I gotta practice this guitar part with this drums because it was certainly not in time with the click. I'm in bass mode. mistake that I did make was that I just ate 2 cheeseburgers and a fry and a Diet Coke before I started recording vocals. I didn't know I was gonna record vocals, but I was doing the bass and I felt like perhaps if the vocals were there, it would make it easier to write the bass line, because sometimes I'll write a bass line that's like super busy and not realize how it's gonna impact vocals. I have a little bit of acid reflux. My voice is kind of cracking. I think I have to pause on these vocals for a second and like digest or something. So I guess I'm gonna go to Grocery Outlet with my beautiful wife and then probably come back later tonight and revisit the vocal and the bass. I feel pretty good about this track. I think this track has a cool vibe. Kind of reminds me of Heartbeats, the Damien Jurado version of Heartbeats. Like, it sounds nothing like it, but the guitar part kind of has that feeling. This would be 7 tracks that have the foundation and the vocals. July 24th. I just listened to all the songs. I feel like they're in a pretty good place, even the ones that I was worried about. My throat hurts right now. I guess I can't sing today, so what I'm gonna do is get back into this Love Don't Come session, which sounds fucking emo as fuck. I went against my better judgment and I did some rough vox on Love Don't Come because I'm just feeling that. But there is definitely something horribly wrong with my throat. So what I'm gonna do now is do some bass on Dope Girl, keep the effort up. And then I'm gonna watch Pride and Prejudice with my beautiful and loving GF. Okay, it's July 26th. I'm back in the stew. I got a fucking sinus infection. So the summer has not been good to me. I don't usually get sick, but I guess this is my cross to bear. I think it's worth continuing on the trajectory that I was on. The bass line might be like too stanky because the guitar part is kind of busy too, you know, but if I nailed it for real, it could be everything we ever wanted. Is this bass line too stanky? I don't know if it's too stanky. It actually kind of goes brazy. I think what would be best for me to do right now is to stop fucking with this and move back to another track so I can get some like perspective on what it really sounds like. This bad boy is sounding good. I know it. I know this one sounds good. Okay, it's July 30th. I got a sinus infection, which I talked about, and I couldn't sing. And today I was working on this other, just making a beat, and I was feeling like really good. I was like, oh, I'm so happy to be making music. And then I just all of a sudden got super emo, and I was like, what am I even making this music for? And I still don't have an answer to that question. I mean, other than it was fun. I was depressed for several hours after that, and I just realized that I should listen to what I have going for the record. And I actually feel pretty good. I just listened to all the songs, and they're all in really good spots, minus the vocals on like 2 of them. And I feel like 4 or 5 of them are like done. But it's good to know that on this day, July 30th, a little over a month later, the record is more than halfway done. And I still have until September 11th to finish it. So actually this has brought me out of my funk to some degree, because this album has been very important to me spiritually for a long time. And when I began recording it, I was almost like, can I even record this? Is it possible? Can I produce it all myself? But I honestly think it sounds pretty fucking cool. So I'm stoked, I'm feeling better. Tomorrow I'm gonna try and get the guitar down for cement. That's gonna be my goal, because I think I'm still gonna be a little congested, so I can't sing too much. And I guess I might try and do the guitar for Do Little Dope as well, even though initially I'd planned to record that with Derek. I don't know if it would be weird to have like one random song that sounds like way different, but I do want to get the band involved, so we'll see. This is pretty good news for me and for Medic Nation. So what I'm gonna do right now, because I'm loving these tracks, I'm gonna back them up on my hard drive, because if these tracks got deleted,
or my computer exploded or something, I would have to fucking slice off my own foot. And I don't want to have to do that. Tonight I'm gonna back these bad boys up. Thank you, Thrift God. Thank you, Silly Mane. Okay, it's July 31st. I got depressed again and I couldn't enter the studio. I think I realized what I have is called existential nihilism. This is why I need so much time to record, why it's better for me to do it at my house, because I have these crazy mood swings. I just get overcome with this lack of meaning to anything, doing anything at all. Why would I do anything? But I'm feeling a little bit better now, so I'm gonna bounce 100 ghosts. Okay, we're back in the stew. It's August 14th. A lot of time has passed. You may notice I had that fucking sinus infection, so I couldn't sing. And then I was in Iowa playing at this festival. And then I was in Santa Barbara. And now I'm finally back in the stew. This is the week that I plan to finish this thing. It's actually kind of nice to have some distance from the record because I finally was able to listen to all the tracks. There's fucking 7 songs. I only need to do 2 more, and I just have to redo vocals on, I think, 2 of those that I have bounced. So once I record the guitar for this song, Cement, once and for all, I'm gonna redo the guitar for Dope Girl because there's some timing discrepancies there. And then maybe do some vocals for that song. I gotta do the vocals for Clear Thoughts of Morning again. But I feel pretty confident that if I just go in the stew every single day this week for like 3 to 5 hours, I can probably finish the whole album. And at the very least, I can certainly, maybe I'll go hard through, this Thursday or Friday, and then I'll take a breather and come back next week and really knock it home. It's really just a matter of recording a couple of important guitar parts and vocal parts, and then doing a little bit of drum reorganization on a handful of the songs. But I mean, I really only need to record 2 more songs. So we have Cement, which I'm doing right now, and then I'm gonna do a little Dope, as I believe I've spoken about at length, and that should be pretty simple. So this last song I'm doing is kind of like the last challenge, I hope. So I'll check back in later today when I've done what needs to be done. I think I recorded this guitar, but the fucking fan on my computer is so loud. I don't know what I did to deserve this, so I'm gonna pretend that it's tape hiss and it's not a fan. I just don't know anymore. DGC. Okay, it's August 17th. I actually made some insane progress in the stew yesterday, but I was making so much progress I couldn't even film. Lots of vocals, arrangements. I'm about to go back in, but I'm gonna shave this beard because I thought that I could be a guy with a huge fucking beard, but I just can't handle it. But I wanted to capture it before it was gone. I'm not gonna take it all off. I'm just gonna do a serious trimming. And I'm gonna cut maybe like 2 inches off my mullet so my top of my hair can kind of grow in a little bit more evenly with the back. I'm back in the stew. I've actually been in here a little bit in the last couple days, but I just didn't film because I couldn't bring myself to do it. It's August 22nd. I have 2.5 weeks left to finish this. I'm pretty close. I just have to redo this guitar on Cement. I feel like I've said this like 100 times, but I had the buffering speed on my Logic like super low because I thought it would help with latency, recording vocals, and that was what was causing the fan to like freak the fuck out. So this guitar take has hella fan noise, which is really annoying. But this should be the last guitar recording of Cement. So what I aim to do today is do the Cement guitar, do the Cement vocals, which I haven't done, and then maybe a little bit of arrangement, like a little bit of secret bass, and then do the second chorus harmony on Clear Thoughts of Morning, and then record the Do a Little Dope guitar. Also, middle part, somewhere in the last like week, my skin is like so clear. This is a year and 2 months of sobriety and pretty much no smoking cigs. I mean, how about that? I feel pretty good about it. I just noticed, so I'm regaining my boyish youth. Okay, it's 10/27, August 22nd. I got the Cement guitar and vocal and bass. I didn't get a chance to do a Little Dope guitar or any other vocal. I just keyed in on this one song
and it finally sounds good. As I predicted, it took way longer than expected just to get the most basic shit down. To be fair though, I did take a break for like 6 hours in the middle. The fan is no longer a problem, but now I'm getting these like crackles in the vocals because of the buffering. Something else about the fucking buffering. This shit is so fucking annoying. But you know what, I don't care. If it crackles a little, it means it's lo-fi. Finally, there's another track, so that means the only song that needs its basics recorded is Do a Little Dope, which is a song I have been playing for nearly 10 years, which kind of makes it more difficult to record in a weird way. Tomorrow I'm gonna start off with some cool arranging of Cement, maybe some very, very subtle harmonies. It's August 26th. Actually was doing some recording the last couple days, but this SD card was out of memory. So we do have the Do a Little Dope bass and guitar going. So I think what I'm gonna do is the vocals for Do a Little Dope, and then I'm gonna arrange the drums. And then I have to rewrite a lyric for this one song. Gotta arrange Cement some more. If I just work all day today, I'm home alone all day and all night, I could get a like listenable full album bounce. By tomorrow, I'm on a hunger strike. Yesterday I was also alone with the only intention of recording, and I ate a cheeseburger and watched Terminator 2 at 1 p.m. in the afternoon, and that completely fucked up my whole day of hustle. So all I've eaten today is a Larabar. This is gonna be strictly LaCroix, caffeine, and nicotine until I'm reaching my breaking point. I'm gonna get what I can done all day and all fucking night. If all that's left to be done is die, might as well do me a little dope. Might as well do me a little dope before I'm leaving. Fucking Cement sounds so fucking emo, dude. Until the light can make the words of it known. How do you do? Okay, Cement is sounding really nice, which I'm super happy about. If you recall from earlier in this movie, recording the guitar because of the fan and all this shit was so annoying. And I was like, I feel like this song maybe will never come to fruition due to this insanity that I'm dealing with. But it sounds really good. This harmony I just put down is really nice. Something I just noticed is I put these kind of like epic strings in the second verse. It sounds kind of like dissonant or something. That's kind of nice. D major. It has to be really like epic, romantic, thoughtful. Fuck! That's kind of nice. But no. All wrong. I have to admit, I think my hunger strike is kind of getting to me. I think I have a headache. I just took a little not fully asleep nap. So what I'm gonna do is record the harmonies for the second chorus of Cement, and then I'm gonna have to get some food because my stomach is literally grumbling so loud that you can like hear it on the mic. Today I'm gonna fucking do so much shit. My Cement. There's so many things I can't forget. Okay, we're back from the lunch break. I don't know if you can see, I have tears in my eyes. When I took a break to eat, I watched an episode of Queer Eye, and it was so beautiful. I love that show, and I haven't seen the new season yet. It always makes me cry. I'm grateful for that. Let's light this candle, and let's fucking comp this harmony. There we go. Cement. Look, I'm not above putting auto-tune on a super tucked harmony, okay? So if you're hearing this and you're like, oh, it sounds like there's auto-tune on it, guess what? There is. I like it that way. Cement is sounding really nice. This is the moment of truth. Do a Little Dope. This is a song that, as you may know, has been out for a very, very long time, so re-recording something that you're so familiar with can be challenging, so I wasn't really sure. Hey, might as well do me a little dope. Might I feel like in order to make this version stand out from the previous one that we all know and love so much, right now I'm gonna try and put those harmonies I was just doing that are just very like classic, close harmony, so that like the listening experience of this version is not only hella HD, but it has that very classic feel. The old version will always be there. The old version has that like live charm, and let's just take it to the next level for this one. Okay. Zany harmonies on Do a Little Dope are sounding good. However, my voice doesn't really want to go there right now. But I have the blueprint. So what I'm going to do now is inspect the title track, Dope Girl, the song. Ain't no time to cry, time to cry, no. Black Widow, Black Horse. This one sounds like not in the zone, but the problem is like it's so chaotic that I don't even really know what to do to make it more in the zone, and I'm upset about that. Hearing this bass line with a new context makes me think this could be turned into a more electro banger a la Clear Thoughts, but I tried that and it didn't work. It's still August 26th, it's 9 p.m. I was singing these harmonies for Do a Little Dope, and I don't know if I was like ODing on Zyn, or I don't know what it was. My conspiracy was that it was the harmony itself that was making my brain glitch, but I started having this pain in my brain, and I was just like, dude, there's no one home right now. Like, if I have a medical emergency due to these harmonies, I don't know what I'm gonna do. So I had to immediately leave the stew, sit with my friend John, and cool down. But I feel much better now. I think I was just ODing on Zyn. So I went out and I bought a pack of cigs just to pass the time and to control my dosage of nicotine. Just kidding. Might as well do me a little dope before I go. When it's done, it's gonna sound really good, but harmonies are really challenging. They tap into this musicalness that is difficile for a person such as myself. I'm gonna pick through these and see if any of it is workable. I'm not gonna take the risk of trying to sing that again, because, you know, I almost had a fucking conniption the last time. What I'm gonna do is pick through those, and then I think I rewrote the lyric for Love Don't Come that I've been trying to write. So I'm gonna re-record that verse, and then I think I'm gonna double the Dope Girl vocals, and then perhaps try and make Dope Girl sound more better. I'm just grateful to be alive, man. An hour and a half ago or something, I thought maybe that was the end. No, love ain't the same. It could never be. Okay, Love Don't Come is good. Rewrote the vocal. I still don't know if it's like good, but it's not bad, you know? It's like there's nothing I can do, and there's only so many words I can attempt to use. And then I added a double to the hook. Now I'm gonna go in Dope Girl and double that. Something issue I've been running into recording these songs is that I recently started using a lot of vocal fry in the Paper Rose recordings. So I'm always kind of like, wah, you know, wah. If I'm singing, I'll be like, yo, you know I'm chilling out here, like just going there to like the frog zone, and then I'm trying to sing this Medic song and I'm like, we try. So if you're listening to the record and you hear any secret vocal fry, first of all, I mean, in the context of Paper Rose, it actually sounds pretty cool. And I don't think in this it sounds bad, but it's not always appropriate. Like in Dope Girl, I'm like, that I've lost. And I realized after I listened back to that, I gotta be like, oh, the great faith that I've lost. It still has to be a note. I can't just go, I've lost, even though it's fun. Ain't no time to cry, no. So I'm gonna see if there's a LaCroix, and then I'm gonna do this Dope Girl vocal. To be honest with you, after I do that, I might have to just kick it. I might have to stop. I feel like I haven't done as much as I could have done today, but I feel like I am potentially dealing with some amount of subconscious burnout. Last week I made Paper Rose song like every other day. I couldn't help myself, and so I'm like writing the music, producing the beat, and then writing the whole song and like recording the whole thing. I would not change the fact that I did that, but I think the fact that I've been so diligently focusing on this album in all my free time, and then in my free time other than when I'm doing this, I'm like making other songs. So all this is to say, I think even though I don't feel like I've done that much, I think I might have secret burnout, and I don't want to push it. As I said, I think I'm gonna get this Dope Girl verse down, then I'm gonna kick back, watch an episode of Queer Eye, hopefully cry again, and then before I go to bed, come back, poke through the sessions, just see where I'm at. I'm actually sleepy, if you can't tell. Dope Girl Chronicles 2023. It's still August 26th. Okay, it's August 28th. Yesterday I didn't get in here to do anything because I was at my friend Derek's studio recording a song with my friend Odie Lee. So it's time to see what the outcome of my toiling has wrought. Remember, I did have some sort of strange, disturbing reaction to doing harmonies on Do a Little Dope. But I'm gonna listen to them and hopefully I don't pass out. All that's left to be done is die. Might as well do me a little dope. Might as well do me a slaps. Okay, I'm about to attempt to record the very same harmonies that gave me a brain pain. Pray for me. If all that's left to be done is die, might as well do me a little dope. If all that's left to be done is die. I feel like I'm on fucking Main Street in Disneyland. I didn't get sick recording those, thankfully. So I'm gonna make some food, make sure those harmonies I just did are fine, so I can once and for all listen to the whole album, even though some of the versions of these songs are like not done. I feel like I won't know what I need to change until I listen to it out of the context of the stew. Take some notes, come back. I think it's 2 weeks till D-Day, till I launch on the tour. Time is limited, but I'm pretty sure we can get this thing just as surely as I can get this in the cup. We can get this fucking album done. Well, it's official. I'm being tortured by God. I just don't want to do this shit. This is like the most annoying part of making an album, because this sort of like discovery phase is over and you're just kind of filling in the gaps. I'm turned the fuck up. That to me is good enough for a V1 bounce, because I just want to hear it all in context. I think that's every track. 27 minutes and 34 seconds. I'll be back in 27 minutes and 34 seconds. It's been longer than 27 minutes and 34 seconds. I listened to the record a couple times and I did actually kind of fall asleep during one listen, not because it's boring, but because I was so sleepy. The main issue with the album right now, as I see it, is that Dope Girl is not hitting, which is, you know, disturbing to say the least. And I wonder if it's because the drum part just ain't right. I didn't really like do a lot to the drums. I was just trying to find a drum that worked. Perhaps I was wrong in my choice and there's something that could be so much better. It's kind of weird. It's fucking August 30th. I'm so sleepy. I don't know why. I'm trying to make some like fine combing. I just want to put these stems on a fucking hard drive and get them out of my life. But I gotta just do this due diligence. Ain't no God gonna change my mind. And I'm hungry. Now I gotta figure out some harmonies on Love Don't Come, and I gotta sing them right now. Can you believe this? I told myself that I wouldn't let the fucking release week sleepies stop me from doing my homework. Light Is Gone 2 drops in 2 days. And yesterday the final single came out. And I mean, in the modern times, it essentially drops tomorrow at 9 p.m. my time. So this is normally the point of making an album where I'm just chilling, playing Resident Evil 4. For some fucked up reason, I'm recording another one. And I'm not upset about it. I'm actually really happy. If I can get a little bit done, like let's say I do the harmony on the Love Don't Come chorus, and then I heighten up the harmony on Do a Little Dope, I'll feel really good. Because that would mean that my final job is just combing the takes and flattening the fucking folders and shit. Pray for me. Okay, people of the world, it is September 7th. I have exactly 4 days to finish this album. There isn't really that much more to do. My new record, Light Is Gone 2, came out last Friday. My girlfriend is gone for the next 4 days, actually, literally. And then I leave in exactly 5 days. I have the house to myself, calendar is clear. The next couple days is all about focus. So I need to really stop scrolling, stop playing Pokemon Puzzle League, and just sing these harmonies and fine-tune this shit because I'm literally running out of time. Dope Girl Chronicles 4-day countdown begins now. I'm not leaving this chair for at least 1 hour. I'm sitting right here. I haven't stood up since I accidentally stood up and danced a moment ago. I didn't sign up for this. So that's where I'm gonna start it. This is my drummer. His name is Easy Drummer 3. Grid editor. This is my drum stick. Okay, am I a fucking drummer or what? Oh my god. Did you see that shit? I played that. Oh! Phil God. Okay, so when I decided that I was gonna program all the drums on this album instead of record real drums, not because I didn't want real drums, it was more because I just wanted to see what I could do within the computer so that I could theoretically just make entire albums myself here in my stew, as I'm doing right now. And keep in mind, these drums are real drum samples. This is real drums, but I'm just choosing where they go. What I'm gonna do now is the harmony on the chorus of Love Don't Come. No, love ain't the same. It could never be. Let's see if this works. Cause our arms, here we go. Take home straight limbs these days just to get to sleep. Alright. Yeah, we try to make love, but love don't come. Okay, we're going low mode for these harmonies. Oh, the great faith that I've lost. Oh, the great faith that I've lost. I feel like in the second verse, after the first chorus, I could bring in a little bit of banjo. In my line of work, this is what we call second verse candy. So the banjo sounds fucking sick as hell. I'm gonna keep doing vocals right now because vocals are the thing that I tend to avoid because they're like a little bit less fun than other stuff. It's just more stressful, I guess. And the harmonies, I mean, as I said earlier, I'm not good at harmonies, so that part is actually pretty hard. And then I'm going to do the Do a Little Dope harmonies for like the millionth time. If all that's left to be done is die, might as well do me a little dope. This song is like torture. These harmonies have to be hella traditional, and I'm not a harmonologist, so I'm gonna just pick through what I've got. Welcome to Harmony Hell. It's 9:03. Bought a pack of Camel Wides. I don't even smoke, but I feel like when I'm recording, I have no choice. I figured out that the drum part in Do a Little Dope actually has 1 too many kicks per bar. It should be 4 on the floor, but it's like 8 on the floor. I don't know the real term. We've gone banjo mode, I'm afraid. It's 10:15. I feel as though I've done all that I can. Obviously I could do more, but I feel like I'm getting a little bit impatient. My camera battery died. I didn't film for a little bit, but to be completely honest, I wasn't doing very much. What? What's happening? It's still September 8th. John finally decided to accept Derek as Pack today. So he was sitting on his lap, giving him hugs, not trying to bite him. And you know what? That just really made my day. It's exactly 7:28 p.m. on September 9th. Why am I telling you the time? Because that means it's time for another hour of power. Your studio dog! This is what it's like being a drummer. Grab your mouse. Okay, it's 9:18. We're closing in on the second to last day of recording Dope Girl Chronicles. These might be the last vocals I have to record for the album. I forgot this one part that's like the end of the song, so enjoy. She's coming to my house. She won't let me out. Okay, I just sang the same part like 20 times in a row. I'm gonna go back into Do a Little Dope and just fiddle with the drums a little bit. Okay, I'm drumming by doing this. I gotta take a second. A thought that just came to me while I was recording that was appreciate the growth in sophistication of my stew. For some reason I was thinking back to when I recorded Used to Be a Romantic, which was among, if not the very first song I recorded to a computer. Actually, I recorded Every Day's Tomorrow, but I was still using my analog drum machine for that. So Used to Be a Romantic was the first song that I programmed drums for, and I want to say it was like pulling teeth. It really wasn't, but it was extremely challenging. And I was using like a SM58 plugged into a Focusrite interface that I borrowed from Derek. That actually was fine, but it's just the shit is so refined right now, and it's so much easier for me to make the music that I want to hear come out of my head and into the stew. So I'm just grateful at this time. I'm just reflecting. I can feel the stew psychosis kicking in. It just hit when I opened this sesh. I'm overstimmed. So to be honest with you, I might get up from this chair because my eyes are burning. Walk down to the gas station, buy a pack of cigs, contemplate, smoke a bunch of cigs, play Pokemon Puzzle League, and get a good night's rest. Because tomorrow is officially the last day that I can really do anything with these tracks. But I want to just say, for the record, I'm pretty pleased. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I'm genuinely impressed that I could somehow pull this off. Not that it's a really short amount of time to do something like this, but sometimes it's hard to focus when you're like releasing another album and chilling with your extremely cute dog, and also trying to find some time to just cry and watch Queer Eye. So I'll be back tomorrow for the final day. Gonna be doing a lot of merging take folders, preparing for the great stemming. With that, I say goodnight. Dope Girl Chronicles 2023, aka Light Is Gone 3. In less than 3 months, the album that isn't done yet will be released. And that's how we do it around here. Alright, we are back. It's September 10th. I have a little bit of a late start today because I was honestly just kind of chilling this morning, and I just feel pretty at peace with where I am with the album. I just feel like it's as done as I'm gonna get it, at least now. I'm gonna do the extremely boring and painful process of essentially listening to like every piece of audio that is a take folder, which is literally everything. The thing with making an album is like it's never perfect, and I feel like with this, listening to the playlist that I was able to make yesterday, I don't really think it's missing anything. I think that some of the dynamics that I added over the last several days with the drum parts and some of the songs that were a little bit underbaked really gave them a lot more color, and it's still much more dynamic than something I would have made in the past, which was just acoustic guitar and vocal, or just a beat and a guitar and vocal. All these tracks have bass, full drums, some sort of lead, keyboard or a guitar or a banjo. And I'm like, dude, this sounds sick. It does a service to the songs and I'm not gonna overwork it. So I have all day today to just kind of make any final tweaks, get everything balanced down so that come tomorrow, I have everything ready to give to Derek to mix. Maybe it's time to get John to record howl harmonies on the Doolittle Dope bridge. He looks like he's ready. John is in the studio right now. Look, he's at the mic right now. You ready, John? John, you're killing it, bro. Mic placement is everything. Very solid performance from John there. John's team is gonna be after my ass for pub. They're gonna want master splits on this. John's team is ruthless. They're gonna say that his melody is the base composition of the song. That's the kind of howl that signifies he's proud of his takes. Alright, it's done. Sounds fucking awesome. I just feel good about this whole fucking thing. You guys, I just keep listening to these songs and I'm like, it's time to begin the great bouncing. I just feel like I've done all I can. Not that I couldn't do more if I really wanted to, but I don't feel like I need to. And that's an incredible feeling at essentially my deadline for completing the album. So, thank you, Silly Mane. Thank you, Thrift God. Fuck it, I don't need to listen. I'm gonna comb through and bounce. I'm done, I think. We are exporting the stems of 100 Ghosts. That's track 1. Export all tracks as audio files. This is stressful, dude. I gotta get through at least 5 songs before I take a break. How long is this gonna take? So yeah, it's fucking 7:57, September 10th. It's been a good day. I don't know why all of a sudden I'm feeling stressed out because nothing has changed since my inspirational speech that took place this morning. I guess I'm just thinking about how after I do all this bouncing, I also have to pack a bag for the tour. I have to clean up the crib. I have to play Pokemon Puzzle League for like an hour straight. So it's like, I'm pretty busy, you know what I'm saying? I just want to feel like this is done, but it's also stressful to do because it's hard to say farewell, but what choice do I have? It's like if I didn't have this deadline, it would take me a long time, probably a month or 2, to realize that I've been done all along. So go on, run, go on. I'm being tortured by God. Okay, Clear Thoughts has been bounced. It's time for Cemetery. Oh my goodness. Stemming, not so nice. Ah, it's so boring, but I'm dedicated. I'm 4 tracks deep, 5 to go. I'm gonna do Dope Girl, and then Already Gone, Stemming. It's not quite the 11th hour, but I know that if I don't do this today, tomorrow I'm gonna be hella stressed. When I said I could be done with the great stemming by 6 p.m. earlier, I was horribly fucking mistaken. There's just a lot more inspection that goes into the great stemming and pain than I was ready for. I've stemmed 5, but it's 10:13 right now, and I know that might seem early to some of you out there, but I'm kind of like a sleepies wind down kind of boy. I don't want to burn myself out on this process to the point where I become like not thorough in my inspections just because I want it to be over. So I'm gonna stem out cement, should be done by 10:30, 10:45 at the latest, start packing, and then I'll be back tomorrow on literal last day for real, because I have to hand this hard drive off tomorrow. All right, everybody, we're in focus mode. It's fucking 10:32 the day before I go on tour for a month. I have to stem out 3 songs. Dope Girl's been stemmed. Love Don't Come. I'm being tortured right now, but it's okay. It's fucking 12:20 p.m. I just put all the fucking stems onto a hard drive. I put the Logic sessions onto the hard drive as well. That's it, I'm done. I just hope that everything's fine. The album is contained on this hard drive with a band-aid on it, just to differentiate it between the one I have that is the same. It's called Kev's Box 3. I'm gonna have to go pick up the van for the tour in like 15 minutes. It's hard to believe I'm done, but I feel like I am. I just received 33 boxes of merch. There is a visual indication of how up my time is in my entire house right now. So that's it, I guess. I gotta go on tour. This was a great chapter, the creation of Dope Girl Chronicles 2023. Some said it couldn't be done. I always knew it was possible. Much love. See you on the road. Hey, it's October 30th. I'm back in the stew. I'm back from tour. It was wonderful. This is a photo of John, my dog, dressed as me that someone gave me on tour. It's very cute. I was mixing the tracks from the record, Dope Girl Chronicles, and they sound bomb. However, one of the songs that I made, called Already Gone, is the only song on the record that's like super new wave. I like that Light Is Gone Too is a bit of a mixed bag of styles, but I think this record would be served best by keeping it in the same kind of energy the whole time. So I removed that track, leaving me with 8 tracks, but I like to make 9-track albums. So I'm gonna allow myself to attempt to record an instrumental song for the record. I told myself I was only gonna give myself until the end of October to make this song, so that is today and tomorrow. If I'm having serious issues, which I don't really foresee, I might let myself go until about November 2nd, but that would have to be the deadline because I have to get the tracks mastered and then I have to release the album on December 1st. I have this instrumental for a song from my old band that I always really like. It's one of the first like kind of complex, crazy sounding acoustic finger pick songs I ever wrote. So I'm gonna record that instrumentally and hopefully it will become the 9th track of the record. I'm not entirely confident that I can pull this off. I'm gonna run through it a few times and just see what happens. It's still October 30th. It's 10:10 right now. I wound up recording the instrumental song. I did 10 takes of it, which sounds like a lot, but I've maybe spent like an hour recording because after I started recording, the neighbors right outside my window decided to go on a vacuuming spree. I had to pause for quite some time and then I fell asleep. So let's see. For me, it feels like if I'm to comp this guitar take out of 10 takes, it feels like I'm cheating, but I'm not, because that's what everybody does. Okay, I got the instrumental finished. It's November 1st. I've been officially working on this album so long that I have a middle part. I gotta think of a name for this guy. Instrumental 1, V1. You know what's nice about this is it's gonna bring the record up to about 28 minutes. 9 tracks, it's a classic amount of songs for a medic release. I'm gonna do my final listen through of what I believe are the final mixes, and then that's that, you know what I mean? I think should be able to send this to mastering tomorrow, ideally. It's fucking 3 minutes and 10 seconds long. Oh yeah, that brings us to 9 tracks, 28 minutes and 6 seconds. So I'm gonna listen to it all and I'll let you know.